We're looking at side control top, guys. We're going to talk just about controlling the inside space. So when we played deep half guard, and we were in our knee shield half guard, remember we spent the first few weeks of controlling this inside space, whereby I have my legs and arms inside Carl's, and then I use it to get to my deep half guard position. Yeah. So side control top. Same principles. Again, we're going to talk tonight about keeping the side control top. So it doesn't matter how many submissions you know from here, if you can't stay on top, you're not worth a damn. So, just like when we were playing in knee shield half guard, I want to control the inside space. So I want to control the space from Carl's, from below his elbow till above his knee, and from his ear till his shoulder. So, in an ideal situation, this is the side control that I want. Carl hasn't got frames, okay? I have head control and I have the underhook. Again, there's different variations you can do with the arms, but tonight we're just going to work with the cross-face underhook, okay? I can get my Greco grip, and I have blocked off the inside space. So my right knee is in his right hip, my left knee is under his armpit, and my shoulder is controlling that space between his ear and his shoulder. So from here, I'm going to be on my knees, which makes me quite mobile, and my weight distribution is about 50-50. I want about 50% on the mat and 50% on Carl. If I put all my weight on Carl and I'm driving into him this way, he only has to bridge to his left and I've lost the position. Okay, so I need to make sure that I keep half the weight on the mat. Okay, so being on my knees leaves me quite mobile, okay? But first fundamental, or first principle, is I want to keep everything tight. So I make sure that I'm keeping my head low, holding Carl in side control. A mistake a lot of people make is they don't keep their head low. Carl gets a frame in at my throat, okay, and then works on getting a second frame in. You're going to be fighting a battle that you don't want to get into. So again, we're going to deal with these frames in a minute. So first fundamental, or first principle, is keep everything tight. So we're looking at the cross-face underhook. So again, when I'm passing the guard, when I cut cross pass, as I move into side control, Carl's probably going to make frames. So I don't get into that ideal position where I'm chest to chest. Okay? And again, I'll be turning on to the side. Okay, so second fundamental, or second principle, is put your weight where he's going. When I have him flat on his back, okay, and he has no frames, okay, my weight is in his chest, we're sternum to sternum. But once he gets frames and starts to turn onto the side, okay, put your weight where he's going. So I want to make sure I'm putting my weight into Carl's top shoulder here, okay? So I'm looking to drive him flat. My goal is always to flatten him out. So instead of going sternum to sternum, when he turns into me, I'll be looking to put my weight on his shoulder to flatten him out. Or, let's just say another example is Carl swims this hand and is looking to come out this way, okay? I'll transfer my weight from here to like a broken scaffold transition, and I'm going to be putting my weight on his hips. Does that make sense? So I always want to be putting my weight where he's going, so then it's harder for him to go out the back. So that's your second principle, guys, putting your weight where he's going, okay? Third principle is blocking off the near side hip. I want to make sure that I have something here, either my hand, my knee, or my hip. When we were playing this orientation here of side control, my knee was blocking off his hip. Okay, let's just say from here, I'm leaning too much weight into Carl and I feel him bridging, going to bridge me this way. I'm going to drop back into 100 kilos, okay, to here. But before I do that, I've got to make sure this hand comes across. And as I take my knee away, I can sprawl back to my 100 kilos position. Now, instead of my knee blocking off his hip, my hand's blocking off his hip, okay? Or from here, let's just say Carl is making his frame, his near side frame. I can switch to broken scarf to try and kill that. Okay, and now from here, my hip is blocking off this near side hip. Okay, so that's your third principle. Okay, fourth principle is I want to be trying to kill this near side arm. Okay, I really want it in this orientation here, whereby it's not wedged into my hip. Because from here you can make a frame. and use it to escape. I want it kind of out here. Okay, and again, just like the last principle, I can move that with my hand, my knee, or my hip. So if Carl's making a frame and I'm here, okay, I can use my hand to free it. Okay, so it's there. Detail this, guys. My elbow, okay, beats to the inside of my knee. Okay, or he gets it back again. I can use my knee. Okay, I can scrape that position there, and again I'm pulling him in tight so he doesn't free that arm. And then we'll be looking in the next few weeks of submissions that we can do once we kill that arm. The other way I can do it is with my hip. So from here I can slip through the broken scaffold. Okay, and then I can come back and side control again. And again I'm keeping everything tight. A more advanced version, because some people will really keep this tucked and it's very, very hard, okay, to actually kill that arm, is from here. If I walk Carl's hips so they're pointing this way, so I drop my butt to the mat, okay, just bring these up. So I drop my butt to the mat, and then I use my hips and my butt to turn Carl's legs this way. It kind of creates a profile, okay, so then I can get my knee or my hip and then kill that arm, okay. And the fifth principle, final principle, is control the elbows. Sometimes when Carl's making frames and I can't kill this, it's dangerous for me to stay here because I know he has all his escapes. So I'll probably move towards north-south if I can't kill this position. So as I move and I come to here, okay, if Carl wants to turn into me, okay, he needs to build a base by getting this right elbow to the mat. So turn into me. So you're turning on your right side, yeah. So from here, all I want to do is my right hand is going to control his elbow. Try to turn into me now. So it's going to be very difficult for him to turn into me to escape. Same principle, he might go for his running escape and get to his knees. So for him to turn the other way, he's going to have to put this elbow here on the mat, okay? So from here, I'm just going to control that. Go now. It's going to be very difficult if you can't get this elbow to the mat. Try this side. Okay, so I can keep this. And let's just say originally, I couldn't kill this arm and I'd move to north-south, and then I block it. I can come back and drop back and then kill this arm. Okay, and then from here, you know, this is where your submissions, your setups are. Once I kill that arm, I can smash it, okay, stuff it, and as I move around his head, then I use the fifth principle of controlling this outside elbow. So I'm moving Carl kind of like into that barbed wire position, where his arms are crossed the jab. Okay. And then I can keep moving. As I move towards the mount, I have the top, or I can drop into scaffold, and I still at the same time. Okay, so this is your 5 principles, guys. Again, quick recap. Ideally, when we get here, okay, we don't want frames, so we want to be keeping everything tight, so there's no wiggle room, okay? Once he gets wiggle room, he's going to get his frames in. We'll be looking in the weeks ahead on escapes from this position, and we'll show you how to actually get these frames from when the guy has removed your frame. So fundamental principle 1 is keep everything tight, make sure he has no wiggle room. Okay, fundamental 2 is if he turns onto his side, I'm putting my weight there. I want to flatten him out. Put your weight where he's going. Okay. Principle 3, block off that hip. I'm blocking it off with my knee, or I can switch to my hand, or I can switch to my hip. Okay, kill the arm. Okay. And from here, if I don't kill the arm, control the elbows. Carl turns into me or away from me. I'm going to make sure that I have control of those elbows. My goal is to keep him flat on his back. If I keep him flat on his back, I can put weight on him. Okay, so we're going to go for 5, guys. Let's go.